into controlling these people. Let's see if we can make everybody jump sideways 2 steps left and then 2 steps right. Let's see what we can make these Mexican jumping beans, us, do today. And people that don't know any better, they hear this stuff, mostly people hear it through news broadcasts. I believe, and it was part of my suit, that all of these people that are giving orders to people in this great medical experiment, don't put your phone away. I want you to look up Section 802 of the Patriot Act. I believe that every single one of these guys are in committing domestic terrorism. They are terrifying the public, and that's in violation of Section 802 of the Patriot Act. Now, they passed that Patriot Act within days of the 911 business. But it's a really heavy, hefty volume. It probably had been sitting there ready to go for many years. They just waited for the opportunity to do it. Did you find it? What does it say?
Section 802 of the USA Patriot Act expanded the definition of terrorism to cover domestic as opposed to international terrorism. A person engages in domestic terrorism if they do an act dangerous to human life that is a violation of the criminal laws of the state or the United States, if the act appears to be intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, bingo, influence the policy of the government by intimidation or coercion, to affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping. Additionally, the acts have to occur primarily within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States, and if they do not, may be regarded as international terrorism.
So, what do you think?
Well,
I think they're terrorists.
I think so too.
And they've engaged in terrorizing the population. It's domestic terrorism, and it's worked.
So to lead into what really we're here to talk about today, Des, is what are you doing about the misuse of power and authority over your said self here today? What is your plan to do and to show the people and the powers that be that they should not be enforcing or trying to enforce draconian illegal measures upon you?
I have been personally injured because we have to think about life. What is life to you? What is the quality of life to you? They have ruined our quality of life. I don't believe, when I hear the new normal or social distancing, I don't believe that has any place in our vocabulary, especially if we look at the Declaration of Independence. And it doesn't work. It's absolutely insane. There's no scientific rationale for it. But I, myself, filed a lawsuit in federal court against Governor Abbott and the two stooges there because they are committing domestic terrorism. I have to have a personal injury. For the last, I have people that call on me for help. I have a stress level that you can't even believe. I have people that come to me for so many things. They're in trouble of some kind, and they're desperate, and they don't have any place to go. They come to me, and it is my duty and obligation to help those people. But in doing so, I take on a stress level of my own. So for 20 years now, while I'm helping people, I go every Friday afternoon to the movies. That is my reduction of stress. I long ago learned the art of selfishness. If I don't give to myself on a selfish level, I cannot give to you on a selfless level. So first I have to take care of myself so I'm satisfied, then I can help other people in the manner I need to help them. So they took away my life. They absolutely pulled the plug on my way of life. Now that might seem like, geez, you can't go to the movies now. Why the hell are the movie theaters closed? I always go on Friday afternoon. I go to the matinees. I'll sit sometimes in the theater. I'm the only one. I'm not going to give any disease to myself, I don't think. And besides that, I never have anybody to sit within 10 feet of me anyway in those theaters because I go at a time when nobody's there. They took that right away from me, the right to go to the movies, the right to do my relaxation, the right to get into my place of peace that I only get in a movie theater. Now, other people may go to the gym, people may do other things, but they've interfered with their lives as well. But the federal suit has to only do with my injury. And that's a huge, as far as I'm concerned, taking away my life is a priceless. I can't put a price on what they've taken from me. So I told them it's $100,000 a day. So, because liberty is very, very important to me. Not everybody can sue like that, but there's a website. David Martin is an incredible man, and he has both David Martin World, a website, and he has David Martin videos. And every week he puts out what he calls his butterfly talk session, whatever. And the man speaks absolute truth. And in his stuff, people can go there and print down letters that David Martin has made for them, and just put in the agency, the person, whatever they think is impeding their lifestyle. They can send it to those people. If they would get 100,000 of those letters, life would be different. Because somebody's out there watching, and somebody's out there protesting, and somebody's out there saying, I don't consent to your behavior, you quasi-pseudo-government, you.
So we're under threat of fines across the United States for not wearing masks or breaking some corona new rule. If someone received a fine from something, some place, some authority, a police officer, a sheriff, a code enforcement, and these fines are not legitimate, these are under no authority, what is a person to do if they receive, say, a $100 fine for walking in a park?
Okay, let's say that they gave you a citation, is that correct?
Yes.
What's our magic words? What are our magic words? We got
Do not consent.
I do not consent. You're right, I do not consent. What is your authority? Sign it and send it back to whoever gave it to you. No, well, not particularly the policeman, but the agency that it came from. I do not consent. Show me your authority.
It's really that simple then.
It's really that simple then.
Then this is what people have to do, but they're going to have to get over their fear.
But you see, not one of these people that have the fear of getting this has ever received anything. This is the minority report. This is future. I mean, all of this is speculation and in the future. None of this has happened.